In this video, we're gonna take a look at the typography classes that Bootstrap provides. So let's open the 02-typography.html. And I'm gonna open this file in my browser. And you can see that we have something like this, Learning Bootstrap 4. And we have the title, and we have typography right here. So we're gonna take a look at some of the classes that we can apply. And we're gonna start with the headings in Bootstrap. So for example, I'm gonna open the code, and you can see we have typography. And first you can see that we have heading styles in Bootstrap. You can see we have right here heading styles in Bootstrap. So this is common HTML. You have H1, H2. We have several different headings that go from 1 to 6. And you can see that Bootstrap adds some styling right here. The H1 is bigger and the H6 is smaller. So you can see that we have something like this. And that's really, really simple. But for example, I'm gonna add some code. So for example, I'm gonna add a small. So let's say that we add a small tag right here. And I'm gonna cut this and paste right here. So reload. And now you can see that using this small tag is printing something like this. And you can add a class. So you can add a class called text mute and reload. And now you can see that you have to be really careful because it doesn't change a lot, but it's a lighter color than this one. This one is really black. So that's some classes that you can apply if you want to create a text that is bigger and a smaller text using the same H1 like this. So for example, you can see that we have here in the example, we have other headings. We have other headings and we have a bunch of different paragraphs. In this version, Bootstrap adds some classes that you can add in a paragraph to make them look like an H1. So you can add like a class right here. And a class is going to be called H1. So save this and reload. And now you can see that this one looks really similar than this H1. So you can create a paragraph and give the class H1. Of course, my recommendation is to use the heading one in this case. But these ones also go from 1 to 6. So I'm going to copy this. Paste right here, here, and here. So I'm gonna change the numbers. So it's gonna be H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. So now you can see that we have something like this. They look really similar than the headings, but we're using paragraphs. So that's some of the classes that you can apply in Bootstrap. And for example, you can see that we have one more, and we have 4 different H1. So let's say that you want to use a heading, but you want to display a different size. Well, you can use a class called display1. And let's save this and reload. And now you can see that this one is really big. And these displays go from 1 to 4, so you can add a display2 using the same H1. And I'm gonna copy this. And let's add display 1, display 2, display 3, and display 4. So save this and reload. And now you can see that they have different sizes. The HTML element is the same. They are using the heading 1. But we're using this class called display 1, 2, 3, or 4. And at the end, the result is a little different. Maybe you will have this and a scenario like this, and you want to apply different sizes for the same classes or the same HTML elements, you can use this technique. So let's continue working. And for example, you can see that we have a description of my blog entry. So you have, while learning Bootstrap is great and easy, we're thinking that this is a blog entry, and we have the description of my blog right here. You can add a class, for example, for the descriptions, and maybe something like lead. Save this and reload, and you can see that this one is a little bigger than the then the content for this entry. And also they have provided a block quote. The block quote is a better way to print like a description, for example. So I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna be using block quote. I'm gonna remove this. The class for this is going to be block quote. So I'm gonna cut this, and I'm gonna paste my paragraph right here. So save this and reload. And now you can see that our block quote has this styling. In the next video, I'm gonna continue working with the typography. So I'll see you there.